Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new here. If you're not, thank you so much for stopping back by. My channel, Midwest Money Mindset, is all about my journey through some personal finance, debt, budgeting, and saving. So today I am going to go over my November budget recap and let you guys know how I did. So, did I stay on track? Did I go way over? Was it tough? Like all the things. So let's just dive right in. First up, we have my housing and utilities section. So here with my mortgage, it did not change. And then electricity was a big win in November. So it was like half of what I budgeted almost. So $57. And that is a split bill. So that was my half. But then water for some reason was double what it normally is. So I did go over it there and it was 22, but the electricity made that work out. So, and then I have my internet bill, which is $45. And then trash was $14, my phone was $37.82, and propane, I did save the $60 I had wanted to. So overall, housing and utilities went great. Came in under budget total on that section. And then for auto insurance, I paid my typical $99.23. And then for fuel, like gas in my vehicles, I drove very little in November, and so I only spent about $32.81, which was great. And then moving on to the debt section, if you haven't figured it out by now, then I paid off my Jeep in November. And so I paid my minimum payment towards my Jeep, and then I paid an additional $1,636.05 to pay that bad boy off, which was way more than I budgeted for. There was some extenuating circumstances. I found out that my car is, I'm not keeping it, so I wanted to get the debt paid off now, and then that way December, January, February, I can save up what I would have been spending on payments for a new car. Life happens, unfortunately, but yeah, it did change my priority to go ahead and pay off the auto loan, and it became possible through I got money from the diet that I did, and then I cashed in all my cashback savings for the whole year, and I ended up having an Amazon gift card that I used for gifts, so I ended up, not needing to spend as much out of my gift savings, which is why the cashback was able to be used towards the Jeep. So a lot of things lined up for me in November to make sure that this was possible. So that is over the anticipated budget, but in a good way, so I made it green. I didn't pay anything on my student loans, and then for food, I went crazy over. It looks like I went crazy over. I budgeted $165, spent $377.26. However, there are 2 trips in there that were to Dollar General and to Walmart, and I did not split up the receipt like I normally would because I was being lazy. And so a good at least $70 was not actually food. And then, so I did go over the budget there, but it wasn't as bad as it seemed. It could have been even more than that. That wasn't actually food, but I really don't know because I didn't split up the receipts. So that's why it looks so high, and that's okay. Next up, for personal fast food, I only spent $2. I went to Taco Bell one time and got 2 tacos. And then eating out together, I don't really even remember what that was, but I think that was when, I went out with my girlfriends, and we went somewhere. I don't even remember, but it was still pretty cheap because I paid for myself and an appetizer or something. And then, so that was under the budget, which is great. Next up, we have my savings section, and as planned, I put $100 in my IRA, saved $100 towards home projects, put $25 towards auto maintenance, and $0 towards a new phone because I already bought one. And then for vacations, I did save the $50, and then I actually took out $550 from savings because I was planning to book our hotel for our anniversary trip in January. It's just going to be a weekend thing, but the price skyrocketed. The day I went to book it, the price went up over $100, and I was like, what the heck? So I can't do that now. I mean, I'm not going to spend that much money, so I ended up just putting that back into savings, the $550 I had taken out. So that's why it looks so high there, but I didn't actually spend that. So then my gifts fund, I had budgeted $400 of the $500 gift card that I had gotten, and then I did actually spend about $67 over that, which was a couple things from Walmart during the Black Friday-ish sales, just because I couldn't use the Amazon card there, so I just took it out of savings, because I did save a little bit of money throughout the year for gifts. And then next up, I did put $50 towards my house maintenance fund and $50 towards my emergency fund. I do want to say These savings funds are going to look a little bit different next year. I have consolidated a couple of them. So like home projects and household maintenance are going to be just like one house fund. And then there won't be a new phone fund. And I think, and then I'm adding one even for dental work. So yeah, that is the savings section. So I didn't do too bad, went a little over for gifts, but hey, it's the holiday season. It's for a good cause. So then with entertainment, that's my subscriptions. I paid my $9.99 for Spotify, $6 for Amazon, $6 for Paramount Plus, and then for Hulu, November is the month that it would have renewed, and I always do the Black Friday deal where you get like a year of Hulu for like dirt cheap. And this year I wasn't sure they were going to do it, so I had all these plans to like cancel Paramount, get Disney and Hulu bundled, and it was still going to cost a little bit more than I was already paying, but it would have been fine. But anyway, so they ended up doing their Black Friday deal, and so instead of $1.99, I'm paying 99 cents for Hulu for a year, so that's freaking awesome. And then for podcasts, my podcast that I watch, I paid $5 for that. Next up is Miscellaneous. And this is, I spent $35.85 on the dog, and the bark box, I budgeted $32 for that, but I ended up getting two like tennis ball toys at the dollar store because he loves tennis balls. So next up, for the household items, I put $67.65. I guess I did put a note. So I bought some like stocking stuffer type stuff for Trav, and then ended up just giving it to him. So I went a little bit over on the household items that I would normally put in there, but I included more things than I normally would because I was going over in all these budgets anyway. So that is where I was with household stuff. I was a little closer to budget than I expected, at least only 17 over. So with personal spending, I spent about $170 and I budgeted $150. So not terrible, but I bought some clay cutters online so that I can make Christmas earrings, and you know what, I'll just show you a couple of them because I have some drying right here. So I have little snowflakes. I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, little snowflakes. I made some mittens like these and some like snowmen. I made a bunch more than that, but those are the ones that are drying right now because they're clip-ons for the little ones. And yeah, so I bought the clay cutters to do that. I bought some more stuff for earring things on Amazon. So I got the clip-on clips, and I don't even remember what else I bought. And then I did also use some of that gift card I mentioned to get 2 pairs of work pants, a work top, and toothbrush heads, because Black Friday is when you should get your electronic toothbrush heads because they are so dang expensive. And so I got a 5-pack for like $25, which is just awesome. And then next up, Miscellaneous. I went just overboard, like crazy over. I expected 50, I spent 199, and some of this could probably go into personal too, but my miscellaneous and personal budget are just always kind of all over the place. So the first thing, I put some money towards my fundraiser for Riley, so that was about $80, $86, and then I got some kids books for Christmas gifts, and I got like a bunch of those at the dollar store, so they added up a little bit. And then I got like wine and canvas date night stuff from the dollar store. We haven't done it yet, but that's what we're gonna do. So I got some little canvases and some paints and paintbrushes for me and Trav. We went to the Black Friday store in Mooresville, paid money there. And then one of the biggest things in my miscellaneous budget was Trav actually got sick, and we needed like sick person medicine, so like cold stuff, vapor rub, all that stuff. And I had to get it from CVS, which is just so expensive. So that was $60. And then the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life is I bought a game. So Travis and I started playing an Xbox game together, and it's so fun. So we decided we wanted to be able to play multiplayer together, which means we both need a copy of the game somehow on a system that can be compatible. And we thought Steam and Xbox were compatible with this game. And so I bought it $21, and it turns out it was not compatible, and it was too late because we already downloaded it, so you can't like argue that you didn't use it. So yeah, then I ended up just getting a Game Pass from Xbox for PC to be able to get the game, and I'm just so dumb. So now I've paid, for the whole game, and it's useless, that version of it. So anyway, that was my miscellaneous spending. I was a wreck in this section, but it's fine. So we'll get down to the income and how I made this work with how much I went over in different sections. So I did get my normal first paycheck, $1,401, got another paycheck, $1,401, and then I had I think that's the Amazon gift card from a bonus. And then for Diet Bet winnings, I actually budgeted $250, knowing that I would probably get a little bit more, but I ended up getting like $599.27, so $600. And most of that was what I put towards my Jeep. Some of it was the Riley donation, and then $270.97. That is between cash back from my Discover and my Amazon card. I had saved it up all year and cashed that out to put towards my Jeep. And then I did take money out of savings, so I took out $1,039.05 out of my savings account. Part of that was to cover a bridesmaid's dress that I bought for my friend's wedding, and then part of that was money that I took out of vacation fund to try to book a vacation. Didn't work out that way, so I put it back into savings. And then part of it was to pay off the Jeep. And then another 100 of that 1039 was actually $100 that came in from Travis. So the way that we do our bills is I pay all the bills that I can. He pays a couple of them, but the ones that are listed here are the ones that I pay. And then he just like pays me back for them through the month, his half. So one of the things he was paying back for was when we paid our propane all up front in August. So I did have $100 come in for that, which is pretty much the only reason that this worked out with how much I went over everywhere else. So I ended up coming in under budget total. I ended up $18 in the green. And I haven't done anything with this $18 yet, but I will probably move like 10 of it into savings or into my December budget, or like 15 of it into my December budget. But yeah, that is my November budget with all of my holiday spending almost. Like most of my holiday spending happened in November, so that's at least good. Lastly, we'll just kind of look at these budget breakdown donuts here. The budget breakdown is what I planned to spend, and then the actual breakdown is what really happened. And these are always really interesting. If I actually brought in the same income as I planned to bring in, then you could see how different they are. But it just really doesn't paint a clear picture of like what happened when you compare the two donuts when I brought in all that extra money. And then, so yeah, anyway, take that with a grain of salt, but I did manage to get my debt to still be like 40%, like my debt payments, which is cool. But yeah, so that is my November budget recap, and things went fine. I am fine with how it went. I'm hoping December goes a little bit better as far as staying on track with some of these goals, but I just like to spend money at Christmas time, so we'll see. We'll see if I calculated correctly. I'm worried because, like I showed you guys, I'm making all these earrings for people, and I'm shipping a lot of them, so I'm just kind of worried the shipping costs are gonna like really eat into my budget, but I do have a little bit still left in savings. So I was like for gifts, so I'll probably use that. But anyway, yeah, that was my November recap. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great morning, noon, or night, whatever it is for you, and I will catch you in the next one.